Yo, what's up guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showcasing Shadow Tyranitar, which a couple people in my chat were recommending I try out. I also saw Home Slice Henry was running it and recommended it. And this thing, I was skeptical that this would be any good at all in the Great League because it's so frail and we're just not used to seeing Tyranitar put in work. But it was actually a lot of fun and I'm going to show you the games that I had with it. I'm running it with Gorgeist, the largest form, the extra large, and Corviknight. Gorgeist, I believe the best form you want to run is the large. There's the small, average, large, and like extra large. And they actually have slightly different stats. It seems like the large is probably the way to go, but I don't really have a good one. So I'm running the big boy, the big daddy Gorgeist. And here we go. Game number one, we lead into a Shadow Magnezone, which is not great. But it's going to take 3 Volt Switches for them to get to their first attack. So I'm going to fire off a Brutal Swing here first. And then I make a nice play, actually. I grab the shield, and then I catch while also sneaking in and Incinerate. So that's going to do big damage here to the Magnezone Mirror Shot. Not going to do that much. In comes a Ludicolo, which does have super effective Astonish. But because of that Incinerate we snuck in, we get to this Shadow Ball fairly quickly. Bang! Big damage. And Ludicolo is going to be forced to throw energy here. Now, I know the Ludicolo is that double Weather Ball, so I don't really want a shield. I let this go, and I come in with my Corviknight, because this way I can get a large farm down with these resisted sand attacks, and I know I can take the Weather Ball a lot better than the Tyranitar. Weather Ball would definitely knock out my Tyranitar. In comes Magnezone. I just go straight for the payback. I want to guarantee the shield or the knockout here, and I do knock it out. So now we got our 2-on-1 fast break, and it's Altaria in the back. If I was the opponent, I probably would have played that out, honestly, because, well, wait, I still had 2 shields, actually, so maybe not. I take it back. That was probably over. If it was like even shields, maybe they still had some play, but no, down a shield, yeah, that was probably over. And it's on to the next one. On paper, right, that team kind of triple hard countered us, but we made some nice plays to really swing it in our favor. Next opponent. Okay. Spiritomb is interesting. A good lead because we resist the Sucker Punch damage. They swap in a Samurott, and then I'm like, what the heck do I do here? I don't really have an obvious answer for Samurott because our Gorgeist, right, has Incinerate. So Samurott's going to resist those fast attacks. I decide to chip with a Brutal Swing and then go in Corviknight because Corviknight's so fast. I know I can get to this Air Cutter before they get to the second Hydro Cannon after their head start. And this puts them in a weird position where they let it go. They come back in with Spiritomb. And I'm going to build up a ton. These sand attacks are actually kind of adding up on Spiritomb. I wonder if there's some sort of breakpoint I'm getting here. But Air Cutter bait gets the shield. And then I commit to the payback. And they make a nice catch on a Tinkaton. I was kind of slow to react there, honestly. I definitely had time to react there and like save that. But we're still in a pretty good position. He throws the Play Rough here, and I'm just going to make sure that I don't allow him to get to a second Play Rough. So I throw the Seed Bomb here and force him to make a decision to shield to get off the Play Rough. And he knows I have 2 moves, so he just lets it go. Spiritomb comes back. I go for the Shadow Ball here. And honestly, this is a situation I should probably just go to for Seed Bomb, because I would have got to 2 Seed Bombs if I went for Seed Bomb. So maybe a slight mistake, but I feel like I was in a pretty comfortable position. I still have both my Protect Shields for Tyranitar here, so I can simply double shield the Rock Tombs and get to a Brutal Swing. And that is a good game, Tyranitar. It's so fast. It has that unique typing, Dark Rock, which has a lot of weaknesses, right? Those typings have a lot of weaknesses, but it also helps it with some resistances in the meta against like fire types, against dark types, so ghost types. Next opponent, Tyranitar into Wigglytuff. Okay, tough lead. Let's see if we can overcome this. I'm going to save swap Gorgeist, and they counter swap a Blaziken, and now some people have been wanting me to run Blaziken, and I have to say, I think it's a little bit overrated. As you're going to see here with Ember, like, these Embers are not adding up as much as you would like. And we're about to see Gorgeist with Resisted Incinerate and Resisted Seed Bomb against super effective Ember and super effective Blaze Kick, flip this Blaziken matchup potentially. Here we go. Second Seed Bomb coming through. Gets the shield. I've got the back-to-back. Is this resisted Seed Bomb going to knock out the Shadow Blaziken? Oh my gosh, it does. And we flip switch. They come in with their own Gorgeist. So I'm definitely going to come in with my Tyranitar here, even though it's awkward because I have to take the super effective Seed Bomb. So this is not game over yet. We're still not out of the woods. That does a lot. I'm anticipating the Wiggly swap, so I come in with Corviknight to not eat that Charm. And then we just make sure we get off our Air Cutter before the first Icy Wind debuff comes through. No boost for me, unfortunately. Wigglytuff going to fire off an Icy Wind. And this matchup, as we've talked about before, starts to get a little bit awkward because as Wiggly debuffs you and you're relying on these inefficient Air Cutters, it is a little bit weird. Okay, another one connects. Building up a little bit of energy in case like Gorgeist comes in. And I got to be careful here because if I eat the Icy, I'm going to be really low and I can't let him snipe me with an Incinerate because he's only one Incinerate off his next Seed Bomb. So I got to be quick here. And I actually CMP him on the Brutal Swing with the Seed Bomb. And now we just have to hope, as this knocks out the Gorgeist, we have to hope that Wiggly doesn't get to a move first. And we get to the Air Cutter before going down. So a nice win here. We're able to close it out and get the dub. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. And you see a 4-1 set there. Pretty nice. I did not expect Tyranitar to be as good as it was. We're on to rank 11. We're on to rank 11. Dude, it's going to be kind of crazy people getting the highest rank in this interlude season so early. Let me know what types of content you want to see, just more features. Because I feel like people are going to hit rank 20 pretty dang soon with the Go Battle weekend coming. And here we go. Go for Stone Edge here. I just wanted to guarantee the knockout or the shield. And then he gets a little bit greedy and actually lets me get to a Brutal Swing first here against this Greninja. So a slight misplay from the opponent. They swap in Doublade and I come in with Gorgeist. It's a little bit slow, but either way, they would get to this Gyro Ball first before the Shadow Ball. I'm just going to throw immediately, put on the pressure. He's already used both shields. Yeah, he's already used both shields, so we knock it out. Greninja comes in, and it's a little bit awkward because he's got a lot of residual energy here. I decided to come in Corv, hoping he doesn't get to 2 moves here. I like to take the first. Hydro Cannon connects, and then he swaps into Aegislash. He's running like ABB with both Doublade and Aegislash. So I throw the payback to gauge how much it does. It's not going to quite two-shot, but these sand attacks are super effective. They don't really look like it, but they're adding up at least a bit. I go for another one here, and then I swap into the Tyranitar because Aegislash just has like no fast attack pressure. I go for the Brutal Swing, and I get a few more Dragon Breaths here. I actually knock out the Greninja first for a good game. Aegislash is just really difficult to use, but in the right spots, it can be good. Someone asked me in my chat, should I invest in Doublade or Aegislash? And I think the answer is definitely Doublade. Aegislash is, it has play, it's just really difficult to use. Marowak lead. I decided to save swap the Corviknight here because Gorgeist is more of my hard counter. So I swap my softer counter with the Corviknight here. And Corviknight sometimes is just safer. This does not look good. This does not look good because Azu is just going to be able to absorb all this energy we built up. And I'm probably not going to be able to flip this matchup without committing a shield, which I don't want to do. So this immediately looks kind of rough. And I go for a third Air Cutter, but Azu is just taking these like they're nothing. I would need at least 5 Air Cutters here, and even that might not be enough. Ice Beam coming through, and I'm not really sure how I want to do this, but I come in Gorg, and I shield, because I feel like I need health on my Gorgeist to to beat that Marowak. Azu's also dry, so I do maximize my energy here, which is pretty good. I throw on 5 bubbles, 3 incinerates. Seed Bomb connects, knocks out the Azu, and it's a Fortress in back. It's a Fortress in back. Honestly, I feel like they should have come in with Marowak here, but Gourgeist completely core breaks them here. I go for another Shadow Ball. These Incinerates are chunking. Oh, and it knocks out. And I get off a Seed Bomb just so fast with the pacing with Incinerate. And I actually just swap in Tyranitar here because I figure Brutal Swing is probably enough after the Dragon Breath damage. And Tyranitar, oh, actually, it barely hung on, but Tyranitar gets the knockout. So we led Tyranitar into Shadow Kanto Marowak, but luckily for us, they were like triple soft to Gourgeist. Double like super soft, double weak, and then soft with the Azu. Azu's like not bad against Gourgeist, but not great. Toucannon. I had lost to a Toucannon earlier in the day, and I wanted my revenge. Here we go. I stay in for a little bit. Maybe should have thrown like a Brutal Swing first because giving Dunsparce this much of a head start probably isn't the best idea. I go for a Seed Bomb here. Trying to maintain alignment. And they actually shielded the Seed Bomb, which was interesting. And they get a little bit greedy on this overfarm, letting me throw first. Because now I really put the pressure on where I just got both Protect Shields. And maybe they weren't aware of like the Gourgeist moveset because they shielded both Seed Bombs, and Seed Bomb doesn't do that much to a Dunsparce. But now I have both Protect Shields. I'm like, okay, this is great. I'm just going to take my 2 shield advantage. Overfarm a little bit here. Go for the Brutal Swing. This should be enough to knock out Dunsparce. Bang. And it's a Gastrodon. So we know it's the Toucannon that was in the lead and the Gastrodon. And I feel like I have multiple avenues here to win. I just have to be a little bit careful. I do let the Water Pulse go through. But we have so much energy on Tyranitar. As soon as I land this payback, I feel like I pretty much got the game. Because now I can just sweep with Tyranitar if I want. He goes for a Drill Peck here. I do have the payback, so I was considering the shield. But I figure, let's just sweep this with Mr. Tyranitar. I've got so much energy. I'm just going to build up as much as possible. Make sure I've got like Brutal Swing plus Stone Edge. And I just go for the Brutal Swing here because Toucannon is quite frail. I feel like this is all I really need. Bang. And I go for the Stone Edge because I'm presuming Stone Edge does more than Brutal Swing even when resisted, just because it's such a powerful attack. I might actually look that up just out of my own curiosity on the side here. I go over to PV Poke. Next battle. Uh-oh. Empoleon, tough lead. But yeah, if I do Shadow Tyranitar. See me safe swap the core met by a Charizard. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. I do call the Air Cutter, which is a start, and go for the payback. Tyranitar versus Gastro. Brutal Swing does 38%, and Stone Edge does 44%, so I was correct. Okay. And then I shield an Air Cutter, which is kind of brutal. This is one of those games, right? I feel like I need Switch, but at the same time, being down a shield is pretty bad for me as well. And then he comes in with a Primeape. Oh, no. And wisely throws the Rage Fist immediately. And I am just dead to rights here, honestly. Like, I have to come in Tyranitar because my Tyranitar has nowhere to go. So the only thing I really could have done this game would have been if I no-shielded that other Air Cutter and maybe got a shield advantage. That probably would have been the one thing I could have done. But even if they let the Charizard go there and then they farm down with something, I think I lose anyway. So this is pretty brutal. And you saw how much those Karate Chops were doing. I go for a Shadow Ball here because I'm thinking about, like, what's the one win condition? One win condition could be, like, they catch unnecessarily on Empoleon. I land a Shadow Ball, you know. But this game is over. They can just stay in with Primeape. And the one chop, dude, looks like a counter with all the boosts. Being double super effective against my Tyranitar. Good game, trainer. I think we got one more battle to close things out, to wrap things up. Who's it going to be? It's going to be... okay. Tyranitar into Wiggly. Oh, no. Another Wigglytuff staring us down. Safe swap Gorgeist. Can we overcome another Wigglytuff lead? Go for the Seed Bomb here. They're staying in, which could be good for us momentarily, but the opponent wisely doesn't get rushed here. They stick to good timing, and they fire off another Icy Wind. Now, had I known how this matchup plays out, I may have actually let that Icy Wind go, because what you're going to see here is this next Seed Bomb doesn't quite knock out the Wigglytuff, and they get to another Icy Wind before going down. Now, I could have shielded here for switch, but it just doesn't feel like a good idea to have no shields remaining for your Tyranitar. I get the Dragon Breath down here. In comes a Toedscruel Mudslapper. I bank some energy before I go into Corviknight, and this is just, like triple hard countered here. They were ABA strong to our... They also lose to like a single Talonflame, so this team is a little bit suspect, but I don't know. I don't think they were sniping. I think they're probably just running a crazy team. But yeah, like triple weak to fire. But I guess they're thinking, you know, if like the main fire type is Gorgeist right now, they've got some more play against it, I guess. They're so weak to Gorgeist in the back, though. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. And unfortunately, Toedscruel is going to beat our Corviknight here in the end. Tyranitar, although it put in a ton of work, just didn't really have anywhere to go in that game against the kind of fast attack pressure team. And they get the win. So 2 losses there at the end. But a nice winning streak before that. I think we went like 4-1 in the previous set you saw. So there you have it. Shadow Tyranitar, is it good? I think it definitely is good in the right situations, and it can be really dangerous, like once you get an energy lead against certain like fire types, right? Resisting that fire damage is really nice. So it's definitely got a lot of play, and it was a lot of fun using. I recommend it if you have one. All that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, comment down below. All comments help out the YouTube algorithm. And all that said, thanks so much again. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.